Alright, y'all read the title correctly. The Joker movie does not need a sequel. Yet for some reason, there is apparently heavy consideration towards making a sequel for Joker. By the way, sorry if my voice seems off for this video. There was a problem with this batch of fares that were created, but luckily my creator is going to fix me rather than just replace me with the next batch. But before we start the rest of the video, conspiracy time! Put on your tinfoil hats, deny spherical objects, and curse the government-controlled glowing observation disc in the sky. My conspiracy is this wasn't supposed to be the Joker when it was written. It was a great movie idea that they couldn't get funding for, so they embraced the parallels with the Joker character, and then pitched it to DC as a Joker movie. Apart from the name drops, such as Gotham, which mysteriously contains large sections of New York for some reason, the Wayne household, and other such things, it's completely self-contained. You don't need to know anything about DC to enjoy this movie. The Wayne household works perfectly as just the rich guy in charge. They could have named him Chuck Everymoney, and it would have been the same damn movie. Now, this isn't a movie review, so I'm not going to go in-depth into the Joker, though I'd certainly enjoy doing so. But I'll just stick the tip in. Even with the parallels, it doesn't feel like the Joker. It feels far more grounded in reality. The Joker has always been borderline cartoonish in how he goes about things, whereas this Joker seems to use much less cartoonish means to do what he wants. He beats people to death with hammers or his fists, he uses a gun. This Joker is grounded in a way that you're just never going to have in a lot of superhero movies, because he feels like someone who could exist. It doesn't even feel like it's part of a superhero genre, because there's nothing supernatural about it. But it doesn't need the sequel that they're thinking of making. His character is done. His progression arc is complete. Even if this was going to be the new Joker in the DC multiverse, his transformation into the Madman is already complete. All that's left from here is for him to become progressively more cartoonish, which wouldn't really make a good other movie unless he was fighting a superhero or something that made him abstract more from reality. And the moment you put Batman into the movie, it becomes a Batman movie and it's not Joker 2 anymore. Tacking on another arc would just be awkward. It's unneeded. We've got the character we wanted out of it, and frankly, it made a perfectly good standalone movie. This is like The Ring being in Mount Doom and you filling 3 more books with The Walk Back to the Shire. We didn't need 3 more books of The Walk Back to the Shire. Our arc was complete. We just need the epilogue now. We just need the ending, which we had in the movie. If they add another Joker film, they're either going to have to add another Joker, thus replacing Joaquin Phoenix, or they're going to have to add more to this Joker, which will push Batman even further down his timeline. Or they'll have to lever in a very short character arc for him. Or, more likely for DC, they'll completely ignore the flow of canon and cram another 10 characters in to dilute the focus and hope you don't notice. The Justice League approach. This is DC. They didn't think a villain who got superpowers from cocaine in a children's comic was going to upset people until after they had already published it. And you know what? I actually think that was a great idea. Bring back Snowflame. He was a very fun character. And without him, how would I have ever known that cocaine grants you superpowers? And while I'm sorry that this video is going to be a tad bit shorter than the others, this time for real, comment how you think they'll do it. Seriously, there are no bad answers. Could they do it right? And how so would they do it right? Will they fuck it up? And how badly? How do you think they're going to marry this to the rest of the DC skit? Because if they progress from here, they need to bring it into the canon. And by canon, I assume we're going with the Batman canon, but probably the Justice League Batman canon, not the movies of Batman canon. Not to be confused with the series coming from the Justice League involving, Cyborg, that isn't going to be related to the series involving the Flash who's in the Justice League, but it's a different Flash from the series that contains Flash because that's a separate canon. In fact, this might even need its own canon due to the Joker's new age gap on Bruce. The Joker has always been shown to be around his age, and it made them closer in mental and physical level. But, I mean, that's not true. Look at the difference between him and Bruce now. I'm starting to think that DC designs their canon and storylines by firing a cannon full of spaghetti at a poster board covered in all of their characters. And of course, I'm sure some god-tier writer could do it. With the writer equivalent of post-coitus cuddling with someone who truly loves and cares for you, it could be done. However, the odds of finding a writer like that are about the same as finding that situation IRL. even less so for DC. They do not have a great track record of preserving what's good in their shows. As noted from the Flash show, where they seem to be aging backwards with the CGI and the costume itself seemingly getting worse and worse as the seasons progress. Dear God, let it die. It's begging you to kill it. In another 2 seasons, you're going to end up spray painting hoodies red and using 2-frame stock GIFs for your special effects. It's okay, DC. You're gonna have to rewrite this canon anyway. Take it behind the woodshed and tearfully put both barrels through it. Anyway, like, share, follow, subscribe, and definitely comment. I really want to know what you people think they're going to do with this. Or God forbid I have insulted the amazing God-tier writing of your favorite comic book company. Feel free to go into the comments and be entertainingly angry. And defending the DC Cinematic Universe's writing could only be entertainingly angry at this point.